Oh, welcome back to the show, everybody. It's your boy, Producer T, with the boys. What time is brunch? When do you lunch? Nairobi and Princes? Cool.
Baby, you can waste my time, my God. We can go there if you want it.
You know, people talk about like the white man is just interested in ancient Rome. You know, that whole discourse that happened for a long time. I certainly fit within that.
What's your Roman Empire?
I fit within that for sure. Certainly.
Okay.
Cleopatra was wildin'. She was a wild character.
Dude, you can think of like 5,000 things that she did or that happened under her rule.
Yeah.
Every single one of them is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she was, and like her and Julius Caesar, freaky situation.
And like, it's not like people didn't know.
No, they knew for sure.
They totally knew.
Because like back
That's
then,
what made
the
it more
internet
exciting.
didn't have cameras. Like people knew because they talked about it and then they did in person. Like they did in public.
Could you imagine the clicks on the internet if it was like, yo, Julius Caesar and Cleopatra definitely banging, dude?
Yes.
Definitely.
I found out, I remember when I found out she was
married
not
then?
Egyptian. She's not Egyptian.
No, wasn't.
She's Greek. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Greeks were about their business back then.
Yes.
For sure.
And she's descended from not Alexander the Great, but one of his
You say
generals?
Alexander?
Propaganda.
Not Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great. They're like, sir, what is your accent? That's like not any non-regional. It was like she's descended from Alexander the Great's like general or something. She's like all these random connections to iconic historical figures.
She was born in Alexandria.
No, she did marry. She married her brother, bro. It was weird.
Oh.
No.
Well, it was like 51 BC. Like some wild things were going on then. That wasn't necessarily that weird. I
There was other guys around.
Sure.
Clearly. Caesar was around.
This is another thing too.
Her boy.
When people talk about past things under modern day guys, like that was probably more normal then, where it wasn't like there aren't other people. It was like, this is the preferred way to do it.
Oh my God. Even before this time, like, or I guess during this time, like the Bible times, like it happened. I remember we read that as kids, like Old Testament stuff. And you're like, what do you mean he married his sister? You're like, oh, he had 10 sisters. And you're like,
Right.
But, and then like my mom would try to say like, oh, but they were like
Right.
sister cousins. Like they just use that word. And you're like, but it says that they have the same parents. That's just,
Yeah.
that's a sister.
No, that's literally just sisters. That's how
And
that
we're all
is.
concerned about
Yeah, it's weird.
like Luke and Leia Skywalker. And I'm like, no, let's check up on Jacob.
Well,
you know?
they had a choice to make there, and they went that way. So I don't necessarily give them the give and go because Cleopatra married her brother fucking 2,000 years before, or I guess at that time 4,000 years before, or whatever it is. Galaxy far, far away. Come on now.
So funny, bro.
She died at 39.
Yeah, dude, you didn't live back then, man.
Wow.
You didn't.
That's old
You did
back
not live
then.
that long back then.
How was good old C's, dude? How old was he?
He must have been much older. Actually, I don't know how old Caesar was at the time.
He was
Let's look that up.
55. Yeah.
What a creep!
A2, Brute. Come on now.
My God, that sounds like a
Assassinated.
divorce. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a divorce
by his
guy. at
boys.
Hugo's Frog Barn.
Yeah.
On the
Caesar
Gold
went,
Coast. He just-
Caesar went and got an espresso martini at Hugo's Frog Bar
Yeah.
and stabbed by his boys.
He's triple
guys-
fisting another like whiskey neat.
If you guys do that to me, I'm going to be pissed, by the way.
Do what to you?
If you A2 Brute me like that, that'd be crazy, dude. If you just come up to me and stab me in the back in the theater, I'll be so sad.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm chill on that. Stabbing is a
I
cool way to
mean-
go.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Killed by your
No,
boys.
it's
To
not.
get a bit-
stabbing.
Try to get poked. Get a
Dude,
bit-
stabbing's like, no, it's not. Stabbing's like top 5 worst ways to go.
Not top 5. Drowning
Has
is
to
number
be.
1 for me. Drowning's got to be number 1.
If
Okay,
you get
okay. I'm thinking quick death after stabbing, though, not like drawn out thing.
But how does
Like
that
I don't
happen?
think that's
Heart-
possible.
How do you
stabbing
quickly
a lot.
die after a stab?
You're gonna feel it. You're gonna suffer for at least 5 to 8 minutes. For sure.
And that's if like you have 15
Ah.
to 20 stab wounds.
Right. Like one stab wound, you could
Okay.
probably last for about an hour.
What about stabbed in
Depending
the
on where you
neck?
get stabbed. Oh,
Well, yeah,
you're
if you
gone.
in the jugular, you're pretty screwed.
Yeah.
Because cut
But
that
when
aorta.
your brain loses oxygen, so whenever that ends up happening,
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
You got to bleed out
No,
first.
I'm inclined to agree. I'm inclined to agree. Because
I'm-
every time I think of a different location to be stabbed, it's worse. I'm like, what about the eye? Bad.
No,
if
bro.
you
You're
get
not
stabbed
going
in
to
the eye,
die
you're
from that.
surviving that though, bro.
You're not going to die. You're just going to lose your eye.
The only two like definite deaths are jugular and directly in the heart, right? That's really it. Or like through
Yeah.
the skull, but you'll still stay alive for a couple minutes and be like, ah.
Listen,
Well,
stabbed
yeah.
through the skull. I'm just like, dude, gotta hand it to you. That's a nice swing.
It's
Nice
a
swing,
sharp
dude.
blade.
I got a thick skull. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Famously stubborn.
yeah, but on the temple, right? That's where you'd have to go.
like right here.
You're not,
That's
you're
hella
not
aim,
back of
dude.
the head for sure.
Yeah.
It is close. Stabbing's the closest combat you can get, though. So
I'm thinking up through the chin, like zombie style. Like,
Mhm.
good way to go.
Oof.
I don't even think that would
'Cause because I don't
you'd
really see
still
it
be able
coming.
to survive that though.
Yeah,
Right
you're
to
not
the
going to
brain.
die.
No. Long knife.
Depends on
right
how
to the
long
brain.
the blade is. Do you have like a shiv?
I want I want like little fingers
I don't think you
dagger.
get to choose your. I don't think you get to choose your blade when you get stabbed. I think the stabber chooses
Sorry,
the blade.
sorry, my privilege is showing. Sorry.
I want to
Excuse me,
die
sir.
by
I thought I had
this.
the
When
logo
you
word
stab me,
choice.
can you please use a 7-inch knife on me so it reaches my
I
brain,
want
please?
this
I'm like,
sword
that's
to
not
die
the
by.
it's not the one that Arya Stark used. Get the one
Yeah.
that she used. The one from Littlefinger.
With a
Try
butter knife
again.
in this economy?
I'm like,
No,
it's got to
I've-
be Valyrian steel. Otherwise, try again.
I'd rather get
Ah,
shot than
Valyrian
stabbed.
steel.
I'd probably
Chopped.
rather get shot than stabbed.
Oh, I
Chopped.
was like, chopped is just a different knife.
I'd probably rather burn alive than die from like a bunch
No,
of stabs.
no.
Yeah?
No,
How quick do you
no,
think that would be?
No, it
Burn
takes a
to
long
life?
time to burn.
So,
Do you
I
think you
mean,
black
from what
out?
I know
You
from
black
like
out from the pain?
TV, no, you run out of oxygen.
Oh,
you
right.
suffocate. You
'Cause
suffocate.
the fire burns all the air out because it needs oxygen to
Mm,
breathe. So you
I
literally
see.
suffocate. So you burn and suffocate at the same time, which is
Oh,
like
that sounds horrible.
bad.
That sounds really bad. So, like,
Ah,
okay, drowning and burning are top two worst,
yeah, I think so. Just
Yes.
agonizing pain.
and then
I
stabbing.
think the cleanest,
What's worse
cleanest
than
way to go
stabbing?
is like shot in the head from a
Yeah.
distance, and you're just like,
100%.
or
like,
I guess
Pick you
aneurysm.
off. That's in your sleep.
yeah, but can you? I'm
Ooh,
talking about like immediate, like, oh, I wasn't gonna die, and now I'm gonna die. Like an
Got it.
aneurysms preheating for a while.
Yeah. What about being like trampled by an elephant? Just like one good smush.
It depends on where you get smushed, though.
You
gotta
can
get
survive
smushed in the
that.
head.
Yeah.
You might just
No,
go
we're talking about like
paralyzed.
you will die. So like it's just about the suffering length.
But you could die, like you can get smushed on the bottom half of your body and then slowly die.
Shit. How fast did Mufasa die? Is that Googleable?
Well, it's good because that was real. So
I Google how
Yeah, it's thrown off a cliff.
yeah.
Struggle suffer after
Yeah.
trample.
How? Yeah, this is like a kid on Google his first day. He's like, I got to figure this out. Stabbing has to be
Oh.
third. What?
Listen, Reddit thinks that Mufasa died from the fall
Yeah.
and then got trampled.
No, he's a cat.
He's a lion.
He's a cat though. Cats
Not
are
not
spry.
every feline lands on its feet like that.
They're pretty spry.
Clearly, he wasn't. Bro, we saw the movie.
Clearly, he was a cartoon. I don't know if you could argue that,
Brother, help me.
How do you guys feel about this
Long live the
Mufasa
king.
live action? How do you feel about that?
Dude, I don't like any of them. I only
I think
like
it's
Little
dumb.
Mermaid.
I'm not a fan.
And why would you want to know about their relationship if you know he's going to end up murdering him in the end? Like, I don't want to learn about that.
They're not as charming when they look like real animals.
No, I
Like,
hate it.
The cartoons are like the hand-drawn element of it, the music,
Yeah.
like the big eyes, like they were cute.
Yeah.
The
Right.
animals, like they're just they look. I'm like,
The only
it's a
good
bit,
thing
it's
is
a little bit uncanny valley for me.
100%.
Oh, I
It's
agree.
definitely right in that wheelhouse.
Great way to put it.
Yeah, yeah. But apparently, like for
Yeah, I
like kids
don't
really
like
like them. Yeah, apparently kids really like them
that's-
though.
Well, that's good.
Well,
Good for
kids like plenty of things that aren't great.
So I have a niece, and her favorite program, I don't know what it's called.
Do you really?
But
Oh, you
it's-
do. Yes, you do. Never mind.
Yeah. A niece and a nephew, which is great.
Yeah.
Yes. My niece loves this program, and I didn't notice it at first because they play it at really low volume, but it's like really bright. And I realized after like 10 minutes, every song is the exact same tune and drums and everything. They just change a couple words. Like instead of apple, it's orange, or instead of blue, it's brown. Instead of going to the city, they go into a farm. And I'm like, these lazy writers.
What show?
Out
is
here
it?
taking my
program?
money. I don't know. It's a child's program. I don't know the name of it. It wasn't like a big one. It wasn't like Bluey or something like that. It was like just a simple
I heard Bluey
story time for
slaps,
babies.
dude.
Yeah,
Bluey's very good. I've seen a couple episodes. Bluey's real good. It's they cover a lot of ground with that show.
I sometimes think about what we're doing here, you know, on this beautiful program and other adventures that we've gone on, and then I look at kids' YouTube, and then I look at the numbers, the sheer numbers and money they make on kids' YouTube, and I'm like, why are we even doing this?
Dude, Miss Rachel, insane.
Yeah. Dude, the kid that got toys and unboxes them, and now he just gets
Ryan?
free toys, and he makes millions of dollars.
Millions of
as a boy.
dollars.
Yeah, Ryan's World. Yeah,
And we're
He's
over here
crazy.
like, would you rather get stabbed or shot? Like, we should just be making like,
Yeah.
like stupid
Kids
videos.
TV.
Like, this is corn. Eat the
Well,
corn.
have you ever watched Ryan's World? Have you ever watched
No.
his stuff?
No.
It's so I thought so the way it started was very much like talking head, like top down shot. I'm gonna adjust the camera. I'm reviewing toys. I'm unboxing. That's how it started. He still does
Yeah.
that, but he has like a whole like ecosystem and like
He has his own
themes
toys.
And he has his own toys. He has his own storylines in this YouTube world. Like Ryan's World is like an imaginary play place with all of these different stories. So he's created like a full show, and it's really good. It's worth the views.
Dude,
It's like
that's
Mr. Beast
why-
numbers, man. He's
That's
good.
why I want to have a child so I can immediately profit off of them.
There we go.
Yeah,
Clip
there
that.
it
You
is.
know,
That's the
what
win,
I'm saying.
baby. That's the
With
win.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Put your
Don't
kids to
work
work.
that.
What are our thoughts on I feel like the family YouTubers, all I hear is bad things.
Oh, I hate it.
I feel like it's so
There's
bad.
always something
But-
nefarious going
It's
on.
always a downfall. It's always a
yeah,
downfall.
but what do we think about just like putting kids on social media? Like, is there a certain age when we're doing that? Because in this day and age, I feel like from the day you
Yeah.
were born or even before, your entire life is documented now. And
Sure.
it's like, is that okay? Are we cool with that?
This is a tough one.
Yeah, I think it kind of I think it depends on your ethos, right? Like
Certainly.
if you're always on social media, you're like, not saying maybe you're not a content creator, but you like being on social media, like posting your life. Cool. Just know that comes with like people are watching your kid. And eventually they will be part of this ecosystem. So you either introduce it to them now, teach them boundaries. Like you can post them on social media, but that doesn't mean you have to give them an iPad, right? So like there's good ways to do it.
Got it. Okay.
I think it's interesting. My sister does this now. Like Mackenzie has her own Instagram page and like
No way.
yeah.
Well, she
like-
was also running for that beauty, like that kids pageant. So that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, if that's what you want, like if you want your baby to get into modeling, and like what a great time to like start that when they're young and it's accessible to do it before you had to like go to an agency and like do all these things. And like now your kid can get a brand deal from their crib, which is
build
like
the portfolio immediately.
insane. So I don't
Yeah.
know, it depends. You either like dive into it or hide from it. And I think we're going into a more social world.
Yeah.
So, and for context, I don't know if I'm going to put my kid on the internet. Probably will,
Yeah.
but
Depends on what you're going for, right? Because there's
Yeah.
levels to it too. Because like it's what we see en masse is like people on there like doing little skits with their kid, and then the kid's like reacting to it. And you're like, whoa, this is great. And it's like, oh my god, Ryan's so, or like the Rizzler, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
But also like 95% is here's a family photo, or like, look, he likes standing on his head now. Like, look at this Aunt
Yeah.
Barbara, that's the majority.
It's like
of it.
life
Yeah.
updates for your community.
right.
versus,
It's like, yeah,
Where like that
intentionality for
stuff
like
is
content.
yeah, that is literally just an active photo album. Or an
Yeah.
active like video album of like this is just the thing I want to
Life
show. Like
updates and
yeah, my cousin
yeah.
in San Diego, I want to show him that.
Yeah.
When it gets weird to me is like I have real issue. I don't like when I'm on social media and I'm watching something and I'm like, clearly this is like so fake. I can already tell what's going on
Mhm.
is so fake. Or like a little skit, it's like, oh my God, he always does that to his wife. Like, how is she not caught on yet? And like she's in on the joke. Like
And like, dude, like
she's-
it's a couple's channel.
Yeah.
Like they do
Yeah.
skits.
Right.
I
Right.
deplore that stuff. Like it's my
Yeah.
least favorite thing to see. It drives me absolutely bananas. And then people reacting to it, they're just like, "Wow, you got her again." And I was like, "Wake up, you sheep!" Like I
it.
can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't
because
like
I rush
that
to the
when it's-
comments immediately, dude. And
Yeah,
it's
Yeah, of
like,
course.
How do you not see through this?
The problem is
Yeah.
we're adding to the ecosystem. We're actively
Right.
adding to it.
Yeah.
And then you have kids like stacked on top of that, where like they're immediately learning like be as fake as you can in this scenario to get as many people to like
Mhm.
you. And that's not
Mhm.
good values to teach a child. Like it just isn't. There's no way around it. But also, who am I to tell you how to teach your child? So like
Right.
it's two levels to it. Just it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It gives me like the that kid's screwed in the future.
Yeah, and I think we always have that fear of like the iPad kids. I think there's a difference between the parents utilizing their child and their likeness, to make content, and
Sure,
like if that
yeah.
leads to commerce, that's one thing. But then
Yeah.
there's the other thing about like, well, how do you teach your kids about technology if you haven't made those choices for yourself yet? Like you don't have that self-control. You're documenting everything, you're posting everything, right? And I feel like a lot of people that I knew from high school are still using Instagram as Facebook was back in the day, where they just post everything, all
Yep.
of their thoughts, all of their
Right.
worst reactions.
Yeah.
And it's like we're still trying to figure it out as a society, because I think even though we're used to the platforms and stuff and like that type of communication, it's still relatively new for like humans as a society. It's like the
Yeah.
way we get news, the way we interact with like our friends and family has just changed. So I don't know if there's any real rules, but there's definitely like dangers. Like I think, people are more anxious than ever. Like just the comparisons to like infinite people on the internet. Like I get this all the time of like, I thought I was doing pretty well, and you look on your phone, and you're like,
Oh God.
I'm
You
like,
can't.
ain't nothing. I got nothing. Like it's either infinitely bad or infinitely good. There's really not anything in between.
We can't
So-
like you gotta find your self-worth. Not you, but anybody. You gotta find your self-worth like elsewhere for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You at least, and that's, I guess it preys mostly on people that don't have like tight knit friends or good familial like relationships and stuff, where it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I strive to have that because that's what I see on my feed.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like
Mhm.
every single time, without fail, every time you see one where it's like, they're so happy, it's like, oh, they actually were never happy ever. And this was just
Right.
a
All for show.
facade. And you're like, yeah, dude, because like it's not honest. It's like
Yeah.
that drives me nuts. But obviously people are going to react to that stuff. So it's like, you got to have a strong base. And when it comes to
Mhm.
kids, it's like, you have to make that decision early and you have to be a part of that. Like you said, like you cannot be like, this is a rule for them. Do as I say, not as I do. You can't do that with that.
No, it's not
Yeah.
possible.
Because I feel like that's as a parent technique that never works. Like
No.
I feel like I've picked up all of my parents' habits
Yeah.
just from seeing them like act. And like, do I remember what someone said like when I was 5? No.
no.
It's like I just kind of hear noise, right? But I like see, and like I feel like that's the thing with I saw this funny this note about babies, about how parents, and it's usually like the adults that make the baby voice to the babies,
Yeah.
and it's more of like a performative thing that adults do, because the kid understands everything. Like they see and feel and all that sort of stuff, and they're aware that you're there. And if you're not getting, or if you're not, catching their attention, they'll just move on to something else, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this weird thing that we've put on babies of like, even the word childish. I was fascinated by this. Like when something is described as childish, it's actually super inaccurate how you're using the word, because you're like, oh, it's like kind of silly, or maybe it's exaggerated, or it's like not that serious, or the behaving. But like that, all those things are not how like kids act. Like kids are incredibly authentic. Like they're in touch with their immediate feeling. Like if they don't like
Right.
something, like react right away.
It's how adults
And,
act to children.
Exactly.
Not
Like
vice
that's what
versa.
that's childish. Yeah. It's such a funny thing. Like, are we being rude to children? Like, that's bad marketing.
Well, and I'll
Yeah.
run into this now too, because like I'll mess with my nephew, and then like my brother's dog will be like, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing dog voice. Like that's what it is. I'm doing dog voice to my nephew, and he thinks I'm talking to him now. Or it's like,
That's exactly it.
we're like now, like even I saw him yesterday, and I was like, now I just like talk to him like I talk like normally, like
Yeah.
maybe a little more exaggerated, but that's more just because he's just like bad audience,
Exactly.
horrible audience. It's like doing
Yeah.
stand up in like the Netherlands where they're not supposed to make reactions. They just
I
sit
know, and
there.
kids don't really get sarcasm either. And I'm like, damn, that's like half of my jokes.
Bro, puns.
Yeah, nah.
I got so many puns, dude. Never hit.
They don't
once.
get them. They don't get them.
I kept calling him
Not
Julian
yet.
Edelman yesterday. It was awesome. Everybody liked it except for the baby. He didn't understand it at all.
Oh no.
That
It
is
was great.
so-
It was great. It was a good time. I got to be honest.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm just
none of
glad
us
that I
are-
finally know who that is.
You finally know who Julian Edelman is.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I know
of
everything I need to know about
commercials?
this man. No, actually, because of the roast of Tom Brady.
Oh.
He got so much screen. He got so much screen time.
Yeah, they were
told me
boys.
everything I need to know about his career. Like they were making jokes about him. I'm like, dude, like I understand Julian Edelman. Also, very cool name.
He's nobody without Tom Brady. He's also one of a very few Jewish football players as well. So he's like the King's Guard of Jewish football players, which is also cool. Could take that with a badge of honor. Okay, so the name Julian's very popular. I was thinking about this yesterday. 'Cause I was trying to get more. Yeah, King Julian, right? King Julian from Madagascar. Name another one?
Name another Julian?
Yeah.
Like a personal friendship?
Or just like a celebrity.
I know people named Julian.
Yeah, but like
Give me.
I don't know if I know a celebrity.
I know
This-
many Julias, not the same.
same. This was blowing my mind
Julius.
yesterday. Yeah,
I only
Julius.
know Edelman and King.
That's
it.
I know.
Julian.
Whoa.
No,
There's
I
a
don't think
severe
so.
lack of famous Julians.
What about
Blew
like?
my
I mean,
mind.
I don't know as many sports players as you guys. Are there any other like basketball players or like
No, they're
Not
Julius.
baseball players?
A lot of Juliuses, not a
A
lot,
lot
of
of Julius. Yeah.
Wow, Julian is a cool name then.
The
How
only one I could
unique.
think of with my whole family was John Lennon's son, Julian Lennon. That's it.
Oh.
That's too many N's in that name. Julian
Yeah.
and London.
Julian.
Yeah,
Julian.
I'm like,
Four N's.
Julian London. Even saying it, I'm like Julian London.
Imagine the Scrabble board after throwing that one down. There's no more ends in the entire game.
I'm not playing bananagrams with Julian
That's
London.
crazy. Julian Lennon, dude. Good music, though. I was listening to that all day yesterday after that. But yeah, food for thought. More famous Julians.
Yeah, let's get a couple. Well, if you guys have children, clearly the name's available. So hit that.
Why can't you?
I
name
can't do
your
it
kid
because
Julian?
Julian Jung, I don't know.
Rocks.
JJ.
Are you anti-alliteration?
I'm not anti. It's got to be the right one, though.
Julian
We already have
Claviano
our-
makes no sense.
That sounds great. What do you mean?
Julian Henderson sounds sick, honestly. I
Actually,
prefer that one.
they both sound good.
No,
Julian Claviano?
no.
I like
That
it.
It's just
doesn't-
like
that doesn't.
it's very
flow.
European sounding.
Yeah.
I would be
I like it.
Julius, probably, like Caesar.
That's a little too on the nose.
Go with the
A little too on the
Mediterranean.
nose. It's like like someone's just like they try to name their kid Beyonce, and you're like, don't do that. Like they're not. Like there's
Yeah.
one.
I really hope. Yeah, I hope people think about that before they make those.
I met a girl named Beyonce, and there was an I in it.
What?
Mhm.
Like BIY or Beyonce.
It wasn't where you'd think it would be.
Oh, this is
Is the I
don't like this.
replacing the Y like ionic?
No. And she pronounced it Beyonce.
Silent Y? A silent I?
It was BEYOINCE. It's like almost like
Beyonce?
it's like
Beyonce.
Bo nice almost. Bo nice almost.
B.O. nice? Beyonce?
I have so many things to say that are so inappropriate for this live. So we'll talk about that off screen.
Fair
Just-
enough. People don't
Oh.
consider their kid's name when they're going to become an adult. That's another
Man,
thing that's become a real
That-
issue for me.
Man, I could talk about this forever. ever. Like,
It's
Give us an
brutal.
example.
Man.
Give us a safe for work example.
It's brutal.
I think, especially if this person is a minority, I like, come on. You're already stacked against you. Your name needs to be somewhat digestible. Not saying that that's the right thing. We should do that, but like,
Sure.
and my
What
thing
do you
is
mean by
like
that? Like the spelling or like, what do you mean?
spelling or like, because sometimes pronunciation is fine. Like, and I don't want to like whitewash people's names, but like
Sure.
we are judged by names, and like my thing is
Yeah.
like, well, if we could say Tchaikovsky, we should be able to say anything, right?
Fair enough.
But like, this is a European white man who wrote beautiful music. Of course, it's fine, right?
That's a last name too,
That's
right?
his last name
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, but still,
Chai
but
would
we
be a
say it.
technical.
We say it. It
For
doesn't.
sure.
It doesn't. We don't be like, whoa, what's that? And it's just.
Well, it's kind of like
Think about-
Zendaya, though.
Think about your
Like,
kid's future when you think about their name, and like for context,
Yeah.
like this is gonna be a really real situation, but like on paper, I look extremely white. Like people think I'm a white person. People don't
Or a
think I'm
woman.
black or a woman.
people think
Yeah,
you're a
and then, like,
lady.
Yeah, all the time.
What is
I know
that?
a bunch
I
of
get-
Terrys with Ys. Oh yeah.
And I get into a call.
Name-wise. I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
name.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and I get into a call or go into an interview or for a meeting, and they're like, they literally go like this, like, "Oh, you're not what I thought you were," and I'm like, "Exactly."
I thought you were saying visually. I'm like, how the fuck
No,
does
no,
that
name.
happen?
No, it's a name thing.
I see.
Terry
I
opens
see.
the
Like,
door
okay,
like,
you're gonna-
whoa.
Yeah,
You're not a white.
you're gonna name your kid
Old
Beyonce,
podcaster?
then spell it right.
Yeah,
Spell it like Beyonce.
Come on, be nice.
Like,
dude.
we're. I know, and like names are fine. Like people name their kids like Lexus and Adore, and like great, but they're spelled usually normal.
Yeah,
Whatever normal means.
it's like
but, I don't know.
like
Even, like, our understanding of normal.
UHDORE. It's like adore, and you're like, come on. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
I think it's hard
I
too,
used
'cause,
to know a
like-
girl. Her name
Yeah,
was
cool.
L.A.
No, it wasn't.
Dash.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. No, it was not.
L.A.
name was
am I on that
Ladasha.
A?
Yeah, Ladasha.
Ladasha.
There's
Ladasha.
that. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I promise you.
You pronounce the
promise you.
dash,
Yeah,
got to.
Ladasha.
dude. I couldn't.
LA.
She's not
Being-
like she's not Hawaiian.
Dash,
I'm thinking about being a
Yo.
teacher and being like, la
Yeah.
Exactly. Bro, that's what I'm saying.
How do I pronounce?
I saw a Jasmine with 2 Z's.
Yo,
I like
yo,
that.
that's crazy.
I kind of mess with that, to be honest.
It's kind of it like looked cool.
Well, she goes
she
by
would- she would
Jazz.
be like- Jazz, get jazzy on it. Yeah, she's a big Jason
so
Derulo fan. Jasmine.
JAZZMIN
M-I-N.
or
Yeah.
I like
MIN?
Oh, I don't know.
I put an E.
I
at
know
the
it's
end.
Jasmine.
two Z's. Jasmine. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's even like the American understanding of like the normal words, but like you look at like the European root name and it's never
Yeah.
the same. Like even my name, not spelled like that most places,
Oh yeah.
including the Bible where it's from. So it's like, and I give people a lot of grace when they flip the A and the E because it's almost every single time.
Yeah.
And in my
I
mind, I'm
used to
like,
do that all
Michael
the
is
time.
such a common name.
Yeah.
Like Maj, I can understand because like it's a made up name, right? But like Michael's been
It's your
around,
initials.
like Phelps,
Yeah.
Jordan, whoever, right? And it's always the same spelling, but like often it'll be Micheal. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
crazy.
Michael.
But I give him grace because spelling's hard, dude.
Yeah. People think my name is spelled like I guess my social name is spelled wrong. Which is my middle name.
But there's no K on it. It's a C.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like it's MARC. That's it.
Yeah. That's why
Oh, yeah.
I like shorten my name to Glav because it allows people to not try to say my last name, which is entirely phonetic, by the way, to the people of the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Completely
yours
phonetic.
is so
Just
obvious.
read it. Just read it straightforward, and you're gonna get it so easily. But it's like Glavino. I get like Glavino. Glavino.
They're going too
Glavino.
fast. If they say Glavino, they're just
Yeah.
moving too fast.
Yeah.
And
Slow
they
it
add,
down.
They add extra
Slow
A's,
down.
extra N's, like a phantom V comes out of nowhere. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, Glavianopoulos.
As
You're
the
Greek, right?
as the Caucasian correspondent of this podcast, I would like to bring into into the ether, the people that put Lee in their kids' names and spell it Leigh, hate it. Can't do it.
Oh,
Ashley, I have an Ashley. That's
Oh,
spelled
I
I
can't.
know an Ashley like that too.
I can't do
Ellie.
it, and it's becoming more of a thing. And then like hyphen names.
Oh, like the Southern names, like adding Lynn at the end.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
watching House Hunters one time. This is a
Oh,
reach
yeah.
back, but so this guy and this lady had kids, and they only had daughters, and he always wanted to name his son after him. So their solution was to name their last kid Troy Lynn. It's Troy Lynn. Troyly or Lynn. Yeah.
They see me trolling.
Are they is it one word?
All together. One
That's
nice word.
nuts.
Troy Lynn. Yeah. Hi, I'm Troy Lynn.
Oh,
Troy Lynn.
Horrible.
Troy. Okay, so if you said someone was named Troy Lynn, I see an Asian person. That's like Jeremy Lin's kid.
Oh, Lin.
You know what I mean?
last
Yeah, because
name.
I see
Gotcha.
Lin. That's what
Yeah.
I see.
that makes
But
sense.
it's
Troy
probably
Lynn,
like
sign him up for basketball.
it's probably like Troy Lynn Walker or something like that. Like some
Yeah, Troy,
random
yeah, that's
last
cool
name.
too. That's cool too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hate it.
Mm.
All right.
Just like be
Yeah.
nice to them. Think about what's going to happen to them as they age, or just like names that are easily. I talked to my dad about this the other day. He was like, we went with names that like aren't easily bullyable. And I was like, that's genius. That's genius. Don't start yourself off wrong. Like can't really
Yeah.
bully Vince all too well.
No,
but
the only
there's-
one that I've heard effectively, it's just annoying, is when the I gets flipped with an A.
Mackle.
No, yours, Vance.
Oh, yeah, but that's not
Because
bullying.
the Vance Joy thing, it's not
Yeah.
bullying. But I remember I'm like, that's too simple. Because Vance
Easy.
Joy had like 2 songs, and they're like, oh hey Vance.
Yeah, like there's just like
It's-
there's so many names for people. Like kids are just using their brain to make them so much meaner than they have to be. Truly.
I think
For
being
being
conscious
honest.
of etymology is important when you're
Yeah.
deciding someone's name, their identity. It's weird because I mean, you have to call the child something. And at some point, I wonder if people grow into like a new name. Like even like my younger brother, his birth name is Samuel because he's Samuel Aaron Jung.
Right.
But he's
he
gone
goes
by
his
Aaron his
middle name.
entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's never a time.
Oh,
he
I
went
always
by
forgot
Samuel.
that his
Yep.
first name is
Yeah, and he's
Samuel.
not a junior because my dad does not have the same middle name. It's just his name. His first name is Samuel.
Yeah, that's I
But
feel
he-
like I know a lot of people that go that way. When it's like a familial name, when it's like
Yeah, I'm
something
like, why didn't you just
something
flip him if
wild.
you're gonna call him Aaron? Just flip him.
It's like, someone's
Yeah.
name is like Xerxes Daniel, and he's like, I'm just gonna go by Dan. Like, I don't really want people calling
Yeah.
me Xerxes for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Xerxes. Z
Yeah.
names are cool though. I really mess with Xerxes.
That's an X
Xerxes.
name.
Oh, Z. No way. How do you spell it?
Yeah. XERXES, I think.
No,
That's kinda cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
cool.
That's an
I
X name.
mess with that.
Yeah.
All right, add that to the list.
Yeah, that's like an old Greek name, I think. That's similar to the
Persian
sim-
ruler. Yes.
Persian. There you go.
Actually, defeated Greece. That's why you're thinking
Boom.
Greek.
Let's go, dude.
Well,
like
That's
top-
that's really cool.
Oh, Xerxes is in 300. There's the
Yep.
the soldier that has like the thing on his face. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's Xerxes.
There's like Ptolemy,
Whoa.
too, which is a P name. That kind of stuff.
Ptolemy's cool.
Yeah, dude. I'm thinking about going that way when I name my kid. Just doing something.
Just
like
go
real-
way, way, way back.
real, like
That's nice.
BC Greek, like crazy name.
Yeah, like Archimedes or something.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. like that.
Sophocles.
That's much better than mine and Kayla's Michaela.
Ugh,
Michaela.
that's sickening.
Because it's like if you met someone named Michaela, you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
a normal
name.
person.
That's someone's name. But then if you found out that their parents were named Michael
Oh,
and
dude,
Kayla,
Michaela Junior, double junior.
yeah, I'm like, your parents are freaks, dude. Like,
Wild. That's wild behavior.
it's less about the kids. Like, what happens is your kid gets not bullied, but they get like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, your parents are weird.
yeah. It's like, why
Yeah.
did they do that?
But again,
Oh my-
everybody. Because also, like, you get
I-
names like Gavin and Trent and stuff, and those start getting roasted. Or like Chad. Like, how are you supposed to
Yeah.
get away from it if your name's Chad? Like, you're
Yeah, or
screwed now.
if you are a Chad, if you are a Karen, like that sucks. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, I had oh my god, one more thing about high school. There was a family. It was a brother sister. both of their parents were named as Daniel and Danielle. And all the kids were named Danielle, Daniel, and then it was like Daniela was the younger daughter.
Oh.
And I remember when we found that out, because like the siblings hated it. And so like
I
they're
would
like they always
too.
try to give themselves new nicknames. They're like, no, I'm actually Danny. And I'm like, Danny, but which one?
All
How do
right,
you
which
spell
one's
it?
Danny? All of them can be Danny.
Or like in high school
Yeah,
they switched to like
call them all
DANI, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no. Like it's fine.
Just like,
You're
what's
Danielle.
up, D? Like at that point.
What's up, D? They're all D, you know what I mean?
Yeah. that's
I like
true.
DANI for a girl.
I like DANI too. I like Danielle. I like Daniela. Daniela is very Italian in a lot of situations, but I'm with that.
Oh, Kayla and I love traditional like boy names, but for girls. And then the
Ryan.
flip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or like Morgan.
I like Ryan too.
that's right,
Morgan.
yeah.
Who's
Cool stuff
Tiffany?
in there.
Couple dudes
Tiffany
named
for-
Tiffany.
Ooh,
Couple
give me a,
dudes. Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
know,
There's
I need Tiffany.
there was a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos named Tiffany, I think. I'm like pretty
okay.
sure. Let me make sure I'm right about that.
I missed that.
That was like that's where my knowledge goes real far back. It was like 06 Denver Broncos.
That's crazy.
Got it.
Madden
God,
was
you're an
crazy.
encyclopedia, dude.
Madden was crazy.
We gotta get you on Barstool, bro.
Nah.
Maybe DraftKings podcast.
I don't know if I have that. Oh, Taylor too. Lots of Taylor dudes.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never
Taylor's
met
pretty
an ugly girl named Taylor.
I never
They're
met an
all
ugly guy
kinda
named
cute.
Taylor.
Me either.
Also kind of handsome. You know what I mean?
We're all
out
thinking
here.
the same one right now, and he's a handsome man. I can't really say anything about it, at least from my perspective.
Mm,
And that's name talk. Welcome to name
Yeah,
talk. with
that was
Unrelated.
great. That was names.
Should we move on to our question?
Yeah, unrelated.
Unrelated. Let's get
bro.
into a question here.
Throw. Okay, my question for you
Yeah.
boys. It's about time and our relation to it.
In space.
Yes.
Hmm.
When
Go
is
stop.
the afternoon? And when is the evening? And does it change throughout the year?
100%.
Okay, Tara, you've clearly got opinions. You want to start?
Okay, I'll start. For me, I think afternoon is noon plus, right?
Okay, yeah,
So-
sure.
So like 12 to like 2 is like afternoon. Late afternoon is like 3 to 4, 3 to 5.
Mm.
And then to me is like if the sun's down, it is now evening. So which changes
Mine was
throughout
sun
the year,
related
right?
as well.
So which changes, and I think when the sun is in its highest point, which is around noon, is when it's noon. But yeah, it changes throughout the year because obviously the sun sets at different times. Now we're finally getting longer days. So like evening,
Okay.
I think sunset when it starts to get dark. I think it's safe to say good evening.
Okay. So summer, winter, totally different. Like I feel like some winter days, in your opinion, would not even have like a late
Have it-
afternoon.
No, it's
Because
just
it
like
just goes right to evening.
afternoon, then it's dark.
That's right. Because sun sets at like 4 o'clock or something. You're like, okay, now it's evening. Okay,
Yeah.
Vince, what do you think? What's the break for you?
I think you're basically right. I think you're basically right. I think the only two things that I can think of is like there are times if I'm like setting up a meeting for work in particular, and I'm going to do it at like 11, I will sometimes consider that early afternoon.
Oh,
under
totally.
the guise that it is,
Totally.
but afternoon, like definitively, is afternoon.
That's crazy.
And noon is at 12.
Yeah,
but-
no, I agree.
Wow.
Early afternoon would be considered that. Late
11.
afternoon, I would go until like maybe 3 o'clock. Then after that, that's evening. And then the
Right.
other part of it is like, if it's during the summer and I'm going to go to like dinner or something,
Mm.
and the sun's still out, but it's like 6 p.m. Like that's the
It's an
evening.
It's evening dinner, but
That's an evening thing because that's
it's-
post work.
Sun is up, but like on its way down.
It's gonna be in the next hour or two. I mean, there's
Got
days
it.
where
but it's still
8
dinner, right? It's not like
Yeah.
an early dinner. It's still dinner.
There's still
Okay,
days where it's
whoa.
like it's 8:15 and the sun's still out.
Okay. I like how
in-
yours
in
it's
middle
both like
June.
sun based, but I like Vince how yours was like kind of location and occupation based.
Well, yeah, you base your
That's
day
interesting.
on what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say saying something at 11 a.m. is early afternoon is crazy to me. I would
You
never.
don't agree? It has to be
No,
though, 'cause it's not
I
11
understand.
a.m. is
I
not morning.
understand it. It's not morning, but like I feel like it's midday. Would be. I throw a different word in there.
Could you eat lunch? That's what I consider afternoon.
Here's the thing.
Not
I can eat lunch
physically,
all
not
fucking day.
physically.
You know what I mean?
Will you get roasted if you're like, I'm gonna eat lunch at 11:15?
Oh, if I say the phrase "I'm taking my lunch" and I just got there, firstly, it's totally something I would do.
You didn't just get there.
Listen, I show up to work at 10:45. And
Okay,
I go,
well, that
I go
again,
to lunch
that
at
is
11.
a you specific thing. I'm talking about the world at large.
I was on calls in the morning. I just showed up to the office.
Not just because
little
you're a
bit later than everybody else.
silly guy.
No,
I don't
that's
need
not
to
how
be there
this
at
works.
8:30 like everybody else. What are you trying to prove?
You're just a
Anyways.
silly guy sometimes, bro. I don't know what
That's
to tell you.
wild.
This doesn't
I think
apply to
I
anybody
usually eat
else.
lunch
Wild.
late and I eat breakfast late.
Okay.
So I think my
Okay.
times in my life are a little bit pushed back, but I don't really think like lunchtime for me is not noon dependent. I think it's usually around like between 12 and 2 o'clock.
Yeah. I
But
think
it's
anytime
rarely earlier than that.
anytime lunchtime can be is afternoon. That's kind of where I lay it. But like, because if you do
Yeah.
11, it's early afternoon. But that isn't the 11 a.m. isn't the morning.
Unless you're in high
No.
school and have the first lunch period and it's at 10:20.
That
That's
was
the thing, though, but,
always
like,
wild. I
school
can't believe they were
starts
trying to get us
earlier.
to scarf down like school pizza.
Yeah, well, you start school at
10:30.
7:40. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like their
Crazy.
day, yeah, the kids' relation to time or just the youth based on school
it's
is really
crazy.
crazy because they all start early.
Eat this boiled
Yeah.
hot dog at 10:30 a.m. I'm like, no, dude.
Dude, we used to. Oh my god,
Dude.
we used to
What
have
do you do?
Krispy Kremes for sale the Friday of like a homecoming game or like
Oh, yeah.
just like the football games, and they would sell them in the morning, and there was always a line, and they always sold out, and we would just eat those all day and just crash an hour later,
Sure.
Yeah.
and that was
And you're
normal back then.
Sitting in the science lab, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's all warm and shit. Yeah.
Oh my god! I would actually
Dude.
love to ask like some
High
high
school's a
schoolers, or, like,
weird
people that
time.
are actively in school at like weird times,
Yeah.
like what their relation to like when's the afternoon for you? Because afternoon is like when they get out of school, but there's
Yeah.
still more afternoon after that. Like if you get out like what 2:50, 3
2:20 or
o'clock,
something.
that's still the afternoon. It's an
I
our
wanna
terms. That's when I'm getting
interview-
coffee.
I want to interview like a reformed, like hot Cheeto, like Cookie Monster sweatpants in the morning yelling lady. You guys remember those girls?
They're still around. How could
They
you
have
forget?
to be. There was always a group of gals that were there at like 6:45 or something. I'd walk in and be like, "What are you doing here?"
Because they take the
eating-
early bus because they
they're
want to get
eating
out of the
hot
house as soon as
Cheetos.
possible.
Yeah.
Sure. Hot Cheetos.
And they definitely didn't
Cookie
shower.
Monster
They shower
pants?
at night, maybe. Yeah.
No, they
They're not
don't
morning
shower.
showers.
Yeah. And I was like, "What
That's
are you
what I
guys
said,
doing?
maybe.
What are we doing here, guys?" Like, come on.
Listen. If I could look cute in like cartoony pajama
Dude,
pants, I would. I
They
would wear
didn't
those.
look cute. Let's be honest. It
No,
wasn't.
I
cute
remember. I
thing.
listen. I think from my youth, I remember a couple of cute girls that were wearing like weird pajamas to school. But maybe they were just cute, and that was what they were wearing.
Were you
I
guys
don't know.
sweatpants to school people?
No.
Never. My parents would kill
No.
me.
Same.
Me too.
They
Oh.
literally.
I get.
Oh my god!
Absolutely
My
not.
parents maybe
We had
wear.
the same upbringing in that way, guys. How beautiful.
Yeah.
No, I had to wear jeans even if I was on the way to a sports thing, and then I would change if I would because they're like, "What happens if we go out to dinner afterwards? You're not wearing your soccer uniform." And I'm
Right.
like, "Everyone else does. They're all at the
Right.
old country buffet wearing like a weird jersey.
You want to walk into the OCB with a sweatpants on?
I would change in the car. Yeah,
You had, dude. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
some type of pants. I would almost rarely wear shorts to school. I would wear like khaki pants or like
Mm.
some pair of long, like I can go out and do things after this pants. Like my mom was so actively against anything that was like sweatpants in school.
Oh yeah. My parents
I
were cool
can
with
believe-
shorts,
Can
but we
believe
could not
it's-
wear
Same.
shorts to church. Could not wear
The
shorts to
pants
church.
was a me thing. I was like, you can't get a cool fit off if you're wearing shorts.
Oh, I'm the same way now. Like I still don't like shorts, but I never wore gym shorts out of the house or like not in an athletic capacity until like
Mm.
probably after college. Like it took a
Yeah.
long time to even like
Yeah.
going to like
Same.
Walgreens or something in gym shorts. I'm like
I
Yeah.
don't think
weird.
I still,
I still go to the grocery store in jeans.
same.
Uh-huh.
I can't leave my I have that like cool like Viore sweatsuit thing.
Okay,
Oh, do you?
say some
like the
more. Do
monochrome
you? Send
top
me a
and bottom.
picture of it.
Wow, yeah. From the back, please, from the back.
Yeah,
The
okay,
mirror
cool.
pic.
Yeah,
We need
show me
this
a
one.
picture of that ass in your Viore, buddy. I want to see that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Show us the goods.
Pop
Terry.
that
What's
shit
going
for
on?
me, Terry. Come
We're
on.
trying
now.
to pop off this content. Let's
Pause,
go.
but resume. Let's go.
Terry goes to the closet. He immediately gets rid of all the Cookie Monster pajamas. He's like, I guess I
Yeah.
can't wear these
He's
anymore.
like, fuck, these are out. These are out. I didn't know they were out.
God, guys.
It's
I
like,
had
shit,
every
no one
color.
told me that my
They were always the,
Elmo,
they were
Elmo
always the blue.
themed
Oh
pajamas
my
were out of
god.
style.
They were always the blue
my
ones.
god. Y'all
Always the blue ones.
crazy.
Okay, if you have a
Can't-
matching
Can't have anything.
like athleisure, like a bougie athleisure fit, I think it's
Yeah.
passable. Because I
Yeah.
like some of those fits. I'm not that guy, but I could see it.
I'm not that guy either. I tried it and like I like want to try it at the airport and it feels weird. Like I
I don't like wearing soft things during the airport experience. This is a hard line for me. I understand being comfy on a plane. If it's like like 4 or 5 hours flight, I'm like, cool. Like we could talk about it. But like I have jeans that are very, very comfortable and not tight that I can wear on a plane. If you're wearing like this, if you wear like thin or soft sweatpants and you're sitting on a seat that's been sat on 5 million times.
Oh yeah.
And you can feel every part of the seat that's like gross.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything in the airport is disgusting. And
You're
pokey.
taking in the farts.
Yeah. So like
Okay,
I want like
Yeah.
comfortable armor. So like I'm wearing
Yeah.
like a thin jacket.
I usually wear like
that's like washable, like
yeah. My
No
airport
sweatpants, no.
fit is like a track pant or a cargo pant.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Cargo I
Yeah.
can. Track can't do it.
Oh,
It's gotta
dude,
be like thick.
I wear like the windbreaker champion pants to the airport.
I'm cool with that.
They're like sweatpants.
'Cause there's another layer in there.
meets- Yeah, they're like heavy duty sweatpants. They do.
So
So you're
guess
just
I'm
like
just weird.
swish. You're going.
No, they're not like actually windbreaker, but they're like that.
Oh
They're like a matte version of that, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like
I have a pair of
kinda like
Taylor calls them my
track pants.
breakdancer pants.
Yeah, step up too, baby.
Yeah, I
I-
look like a child when I wear
I don't know if I'm trying to like overcompensate for something, but when I go to the airport, I'm like kind of trying to get a fit off there too.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "What's up, guys?
See-
Like, wow, you look so comfortable. I look cool as shit. Like, get on my level, dude."
Listen, I think layering for men too. It's like airports are the best thing because I mean the weather usually is going to change from
Yeah.
when like you're in your house, even outside, like the plane's cold. I don't know. So like layering, I feel like has an element of cool. If it's done well, I mean, listen, I'll make it pass. But yeah, if I'm going to wear a pair of sweatpants outside, they're probably going to be quite thick,
Yeah.
Mhm.
chunky.
Yeah.
I saw a meme yesterday, and this is getting off of the topic, so we can get back to it in a
Tell
second.
me.
But
No,
I saw a
unrelated.
meme
Then saw a
yesterday
meme.
that kind of felt like a direct attack on me. And it was like when guys are wearing jackets and it's freezing outside, but they keep it unzipped so everybody can see the layers you're wearing.
Oh, interesting.
I do that. It could be 2 degrees
bro.
outside. I'm keeping this jacket wide open because I want you to see this sick ass hoodie I'm wearing.
Didn't see it.
It's
I don't
bad.
even know if I've ever seen you with your coat closed.
I don't zipper it up. I can. I want to make it clear. This isn't a big boy problem. I can zipper them up if I need to. I'm not gonna
No,
do it.
yeah. That's. But I'm just saying, like stylistically,
Why would I do that?
don't know.
You got to see what I'm
I don't
wearing
know. If,
under.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen it
I don't think you have either.
because
don't
I
do
have
that.
so many things like your sick that suede coat you have, the jacket.
Yeah.
Open.
Yeah.
Doesn't even need a zipper. Throw the zipper away.
Well, you
Don't
can't
need
see
it.
the chains then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's stuff underneath here that you need to,
That's what I'm saying.
parfait style. I'm trying to see the layers. Whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm definitely I support that. I think that's sick. I think unironically zip all the way up. And I'm like
Yeah.
almost like a little kid, and I like go like this. But it's just for
Yeah.
like winter coats. It's
Yeah.
like, like when hoodies, like you put it over your chin. Why are you doing that? I don't know. It's just to be cozy. But I think
Yeah.
with all of my jackets, when it's like weather dependent, I will zip them all the way up just because like I like that clean kind of vibe. But as soon as the weather's nice, no.
Open.
There's no fastening at all. No.
Because even when I wear like flannels or like, even if I wear like a short sleeve button up in the summer, like I'm only buttoning up 3 because you gotta be able to see like the
Up
tank
3,
top.
down 5?
No, you button up the bottom 3 and then you keep the top open.
How many buttons are on the top past that 3?
Probably like 7 in total.
You got 7 unbuttoned.
Oh yeah, I'm basically unbuttoned down to like
You
my
slut.
trail. Oh, I'm a
Wow.
bad boy. I'm a bad boy. You guys
Whoa.
are seeing
Bad
it too.
boy.
I want to walk
7
up
unbuttoned buttons.
and immediately people are like,
Crazy.
"How you done?" I'm like, "What's up?"
Oh, yeah. Listen, they already
Yeah.
know what the
Yeah.
temperature is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Wow.
easy access. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. It's very Bruno Mars of you. I
Little
appreciate
bit.
that.
A little bit.
Also, I think being confident in your chest hair, which is something I just don't have,
yeah,
is like, I think that's informative to that too. Because I'm like, there's nothing for me. There's nothing else to show. I'm like,
that was one
I-
of those things that I thought I was going to be self-conscious about, and now I'm happy I have it.
that's it.
I thought body hair was going to be a debate of my existence, and then I'm like, wait, body hair like rocks, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't like-
Yeah,
if
we're
you don't
in, we're in the
it,
body hair era. We're in the grooming
move,
era.
dude. Yeah, if
Yeah,
it gets to
shout
the point
out,
where
shout
people
out
start
tweezers. Right.
yo, honestly, if it gets to the
So
point
we
where
always-
everybody starts shaving their body hair again, I'll be like, see ya, dude.
Mm.
Maybe if I ever
No,
get
I-
like
I-
ripped to shit, I might do it, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah, I think for like bodybuilders, like they usually do that for like a show, and then they like oil up and they like tan, and it's like super problematic. But
If I
it's just to
ever
show
do
off
a
the muscles.
bodybuilder thing, would you oil me up?
Yeah,
Like as bros, as like boys?
that's cool. Not even
Yeah,
as
I got
gross.
you. I got you. Let's do it.
What does that mean? Trying to oil me up right
It's
now?
I'm trying super soaker, bro.
Trying to oil me up right now, bro?
That's what I'm saying, bro. No diddy.
Is that for you or is that for me?
Well, firstly, it was for you. You started it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, are you trying to hold on?
Here's the thing: you pick up the phone, I pick up the phone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Mm.
Steady calling my phone, oil me up, bro. Crazy.
I actually saw
work,
this.
dog.
There's like this TikTok account. It's these 3.
Are you
or
trying to
4
oil me up right now, bro? That took way too long. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
You're like,
back to
Rick,
it.
give me the crash zoom. Give it
I
to me.
I can't figure out my camera right now.
I'm not trying to do anything, but if asked, you know, I'm happy to help. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fair enough. I got a friend that will oil me up, and then Terry said he'll also do it. So, double.
Well,
oil.
someone's got to film, otherwise we have to tell
Double
people
oil.
about it. You know what I mean?
Someone's got to fill. Otherwise, we won't make money on our OnlyFans.
Dude, I saw these guys. They it's like 4 Asian guys. I think they're from LA, but they go to like all of these Korean spas and they're fully nude. But they do a podcast from the spa,
How?
and it's
Oh,
like
that's
it's like
crazy.
chest up, and they're like, you know, they're doing like the stuff, they're like scrubbing each other and stuff. And the whole point is about like embracing body positivity and like that type of like male friendship and all sort of stuff. And it's crazy to live in this timeline because I feel like when I was a child that would never have happened. Or
Do they
like, it would
have
made
to,
the
like,
news.
They're cleaning each other. Do they have to do that, or is it kind of just like
That's
boys
like
being boys?
in culture, yeah, you would find someone to like literally scrub your back or like so
Oh,
you would go and you scrub your whole body. So like there's some of it you just can't do yourself. But yeah, that's traditional, like, and not even just in Korean culture, like they have that in Turkish culture and stuff like that. So a lot of those men's spas will have that tradition. Or like, have you seen with the Russian one with the leaves? When they're just,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hitting someone with a bunch
I've
of
seen
leaves.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just another guy doing it for you.
I respect that. I will not be doing that with you guys.
All right.
Straight up.
That's fine.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's
You don't
what
want to
love-
move the pod to the shower?
No, that sounds like an audio nightmare. We were talking about this the other day. It sounds like an audio nightmare.
Oh,
We
yeah,
don't
bad
need
for the
to-
electronics. I'm like, listen, the fact that they can even
Ugh.
get a clean recording is great. With water running?
Great.
Clean
amazing.
recording is a good joke.
I'm like turning off like the AC and the heater, like,
that might be the cleanest recording you can get, technically.
Mm.
oh,
Mhm.
hey,
Scrub dub
that was
dub
part
in
of the
the
process.
tub. You know what
Yo,
I'm
clean,
saying?
and clean it up, baby.
Let's go, dude. All right, so noon is at 11.
Yeah, so noon is at 11. And we eat lunch in the
Circle
spa,
back, baby.
And
Yeah.
cool with
Episode-
oil, but
episode in the
not with
bathhouse.
showers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bathhouse and
Yeah.
baby oil.
Did I tell you guys about my my spa experience during our honeymoon? Did I tell you about this?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
so Kayla, my wife, her husband Kayla, as y'all know,
Yeah, she did a cameo last
we
week.
went to like a Turkish spa in Rome.
Nice.
It was very cool, highly rated. Essentially what it is, it's like a series of rooms that you're going into, but they timed it out so there can be multiple people, multiple couples in the experience, but you never see anybody. So like you wait and an attendant come gets you to the next room. It's very cool. But because of that because of that privacy, you're pretty much completely nude the entire time. They give you like this mesh paper thong. And I was like,
Loincloth
all right.
action?
somehow I felt more naked wearing that. I don't know. It was too light. And
Then being
slippers.
naked in general.
Yeah, I was like, oh, if you're naked, it's like
Mm.
cool. Like I'm just naked. But
Interesting.
when I'm like pretending with this like little like napkin, I'm like, what
Yeah.
is this? Anyways,
And
very
clearly
cool
you're so
experience.
well endowed that you're way bigger than the napkin anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, listen, yo, I need a bigger. I might need like a tablecloth. You know. Anyways,
I'm picking up what
Kayla
you're
says,
hanging
babe,
down.
stop lying.
You know what I'm saying? All right, go on.
Terry's like, I am out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how the experience starts. So you were just generally, and the women are topless. So Kayla's boobs are just out, right?
Hell yeah, that's sick.
We go into
Wait,
one of the experiences.
You're with other people though?
No. The only people you see are like the people working there.
Rotating. It's
Oh,
rotating.
got it.
Yeah, so you don't see any other guests, which is
Okay.
weirdly very normal. Because like you do see other people do see you because there's people that are like, you know, scrubbing you and massaging you or whatever. But you don't see any people that are patrons, and I don't know. It felt very normal and not
Did
icky
you
at all.
sense like the previous people when you walked in? You're like, I know people were just in here. Was that like a thing
No.
or no? Okay.
No, they got lockers, but like someone goes in. It's very well done. Totally
Cool.
recommend. But one of the experiences is like you're in, and it's a couple's like journey. You sit on or you lay on these like stone tabs in like a wet room. So you think like a medical table, but it's like made of stone. It's very smooth. And then there's just like running water like in a trough around the room. And there's like showers and stuff like that, but it's very steamy. So you're getting all like the dirt out of your pores. And at some point they're doing like an aggressive like glove on salt scrub of your entire body, just like getting all that stuff
Nice.
off. And then they rinse you. And it's very like if you watch the first Hunger Games when Katniss is getting like prepped.
Yeah.
In like whatever the district one. So very much like that. They're like doing that whole thing. So it's like it's almost like you're a body being embalmed. You're just like, okay, just like get it all off me. And they're like rinsing you off. And at some point they do like this big soap thing. It's like a big soap bubble. So you become this one giant cloud bubble. And it's like, fine, you get to relax, you're clean. The only weird part was that after that whole thing, you have to rinse off before the next experience. And there's showers in the corners. So like I'm in my corner, like Kayla's in the other corner. Her attendant, I think, was a pregnant lady. And my attendant was just like this guy who was fantastic. And the only weird part was that after he had like completely seen my entire body and touched every inch of my body with his like soapy, scrubby salt hands.
She's like,
Then
give
he's
me
like-
some of that shit.
No, then he's like, okay, now you can rinse off, and just stood there and let me finish. And that was the weird part, was that he was watching me shower. And I was like, why? That's the
You
only
don't
part that
have
felt
to.
weird.
You don't have
Because
to
I was
watch
like-
this part, man.
Yeah, and like he wasn't watching me; he was just there, like attending the situation.
Yeah.
And I remember I felt myself like just turning slightly away from him.
Yeah, dude, I would
And
too.
I'm like, something about it. It was totally fine laying down. As soon as I stood up, I was like, something's wrong. Something's off.
It's like what you watch, what you
but it
looking
ended
at,
up-
my guy.
That's what I'm saying. But it's something about showering in front of somebody, regardless of what happened right before, is kind of very private.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like the post thing where you're like, don't.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
cleaning myself. Like, leave me
Stop.
alone. Like,
Yeah. Have you ever been in a locker room situation where you had to shower with multiple people?
many times.
Yeah, and that's not as weird, right?
I think it wasn't as weird when I
Because
was
everybody
like,
else
younger.
is doing the same thing.
Yeah, I remember like it was not weird at camp. Like I was in Boy
Yeah.
Scouts and like summer camp. It was not weird at camp. I think it started getting weird like in high school. I think it was honestly when we got like phones and stuff is when it started getting weird
Yeah.
because you're worried about being
Mm.
like recorded or someone taking a picture of you. But I remember like swim unit in high school was like really awkward because the swim locker rooms only had one stall.
Yeah.
And so like people like the insecure kids would just take turns or like you'd figure out like a towel technique.
Yeah.
And then the swim team guys that were in there in our class, like they don't care at all. And
They
it
were
was
just
weirder
butt
that they
naked,
were very comfortable. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder when that happened because obviously like back in like the, I don't know, maybe 80s or our parents' generation for sure, we're probably super comfortable with that sort of thing.
Bro, that still happens in like professional and college and all that. It's just
Yeah.
none of us were in any like high level sports, so
Yeah.
we weren't
Yeah,
required.
We don't
to
have
do
that. We don't have that
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
we don't
which I'm
have the
okay not
community,
having.
right? We're
Yeah.
not supported by our community.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
that's
always
okay.
just one guy that you're like, how did you get so gifted? I don't understand. We never
Yeah.
had that situation.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna wait until he has pants on, and I'm gonna shake his hand. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
100%. That's all I would be
Like,
able to think about because I'm a
Good,
child.
like excellent work out there, but like incredible work in here. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
God really hit you up, my guy. Good for you.
Yeah. Shout out Tiffany.
So 11 a.m. to 2.
So 11 a.m. You want to get lunch? Wait. Okay. Wait. Expanding on our times. One last question. When
Okay.
is it brunch? When is it breakfast? And when
Brunch
is
is
it
past
lunch?
10.
Correct.
And I think brunch can go.
Okay.
Brunch can go
To
pretty
2.
long. Pretty
So
long.
brunch can go
yeah.
long. Yes.
Brunch can go over lunch for sure.
Yeah.
But
Brunch
brunch
can
can't
definitely go over
start at
lunch.
like 8 a.m. No shot.
No, that's breakfast.
Even if it's
That's
like
breakfast.
Saturday or Sunday.
I need
And it's like a
four.
drinking
I need
situation.
4 digits on the clock to start brunch.
So if I said, "Oh, I'm doing a birthday brunch," you're assuming that it's at least 10:30 start.
Yeah. If
Not
you said
any
I'm doing a
earlier.
birthday,
Earliest.
if you said I'm doing a birthday brunch and you're like it starts at 9:30, I'm like, okay, I'll see you at 10:30.
You're like, "Okay, are you
Yeah.
going?"
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
yeah, you would be late to that shit too, obviously.
Like
but
if breakfast,
Yeah.
like if you're saying, yeah.
What if I say brunch and it's 2:00? That's too late.
It's pretty late for one, but I'd still consider
It's late to
I'd run
start.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah. But we can
like
be
an-
there till 2. But starting it at 2 is kind of weird.
11 o'clock brunch is the primo time, in my opinion.
Prime.
11 is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck
You can
getting
do
a
a
reservation.
2-hour shenanigan, and then you can get out at 1 and then go do some other fun stuff after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like try and take a nap, but I inevitably drank a little bit, so I'm going
Man,
shopping
we've all
instead.
tried to get
No.
brunch and we never do it.
I'm not a
Man,
brunch guy. I
if
love
I
it,
go to-
but I don't do it.
If I go to brunch, I continue the party the rest of the day,
Mm.
and then the next day I feel horrible.
Yeah.
The intention is to be done early, but that's not how it goes because it's like
No.
11:30 and I'm like
you just
playing Mario
prolonging
Kart
the
and
day.
drinking beer. Yeah, that's the whole problem.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something.
Yeah.
There's something weird about brunch for me, and maybe this is a Midwestern thing
Waffles?
or like a. No, not the waffles. I'm cool with waffles.
Okay, sweet.
But like, do you feel this pressure of like, I'd rather get dinner because that means anything you wanted to do during the day, like you had your chance to do it, and I'm like, cool. Like I now have to eat, and like the nighttime, like the
Oh,
social
yeah.
element is like ready to go. But like,
Mhm.
if you are hanging out early in the day, I feel like we all have this unspoken thing that we were trying to get done that day that might not get done, and so there's a feeling of like,
Never
not,
had that
like-
feeling.
no.
Not once.
I've had that every single time I've gone to brunch. I'm like, I feel like there was something I needed to do at like 3:00, and I probably won't be able to get it done now. And I feel like other people are like, "Oh, I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back," and they never come back. Right?
I feel like brunch is an honest, like, okay, if I'm going to do this, then the rest of the day is up in the air. That's kind of how I feel when I do that.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Yes. Now, but that
Like, I'm not gonna
sentence
go
for
to brunch
me
and then-
means
and then
that
go to
nothing's
Menards
happening after
later.
that.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's
No,
like-
if you're going to brunch, 90% of the time, the rest of your day is shot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Terry, can you and Bianca go to a friend's brunch and then make another event after that at like 5?
5?
It's kind of like the worst thing, right?
Yeah, and that's interesting because Bianca just went to like a Galentine's Day brunch, and then like had to go do something else, and she was like, "I'm exhausted."
She probably hated that second thing.
Yeah,
what I'm
she's
saying.
like, "I didn't want to
Hate
do
the
any of
second
this. I didn't want to do the second thing." Yeah,
Yeah. There's
Maybe
something
like a
about it.
7 p.m. event if you're with the same people,
I do a dinner, like 8 p.m. dinner.
like after the brunch. But like,
Yeah.
you know, you
Well,
need
we
people that
have-
are on the same wavelength. Because I'm assuming we're drinking in this situation too. So if
Yeah,
you're at
brunch
brunch and
implies
you're,
drinking for
you're
me,
knocking
yeah.
a few back, like, and then you're like, hey, we got to go do something at 9. Like, all right, let's break for an hour, go get changed, and then we'll come back and get a pre-drink before we go to the next thing. That's fine. Not
I
like,
think if you're
hey,
an
I gotta
animal,
make
you can
sh-
power through. Yeah, I'm just not that
I am
dude
an
anymore.
animal. But if
Nah,
it's like
yeah.
I need to go build an IKEA shelf after this, like miss me. No shot.
I feel like you're talking directly to me.
I'm talking to all of us. We've all been.
I'm
in
like,
this
yeah, I got
scenario.
to go mix a record after this, and then
Yeah.
I'll master it tomorrow. But like the mixing,
Yeah.
the real work.
Ever try doing something technical after brunch? You can't. You can't do it.
Nah, dude.
I gotta go
No.
Technical is going on my couch and turning
Yeah.
on the TV.
I got to go pour concrete after this bottomless mimosa. Like that's crazy, dude.
I've gotten back
Yeah,
from
I'm
brunch
gonna go
before,
plant
and I
my
was like, I'm
flowers.
too tired to watch TV, but I'm not tired enough to sleep. So
Go
I
to bed,
sit
yeah.
and I scroll,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
and I just go,
Yep.
I'm like, maybe this one. And now with like
Yep.
the Google previews, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm just watching 15 seconds of like random reviews of
Yeah.
stuff.
You
Yeah,
do a
it's a bad
slow sipping kickback where you play decent, like easy to play video games and like just hang out, listen to music. That's the best case scenario after a brunch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
I wanna be with-
non-competitive.
Be with people. Yeah, I'm not playing Super Smash with you because you're a nerd at that shit. I'm out.
Super Smash?
Yeah. Brutal.
No, I've actually been
Yeah.
really good about that.
No, I know. You don't even put it on when I'm with you because I'm like, I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
don't.
play.
Actually, I really don't even like turn the Switch on. Like, I might turn on the PlayStation just to show you what my game progress is like.
Mario Kart, Mario Party. Those are the two.
Mario Party is
Yeah.
great,
That's
although it's a little bit
embarrassing
tough
for me.
now because I have to bring out the OG, like the Joy-Con controllers, because that's
Yeah.
all it works with that game. You can't use the Pro controllers, and that's what I have.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
gaming
Bring back-
console boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went too pro with it.
Bring back the 64. 11 a.m. That's when afternoon starts. All right. Thank you for checking
yeah,
in with
11
our
a.m.
time conversation.
We are, unrelated. 11 a.m. The earliest
it.
you can afternoon.
And as soon as that sun starts going down, late afternoon
going
is
down.
ending.
It's evening.
Understood.
All
Shout out
right.
to the snail. Script time? Right? A spy,
Espionage.
a
One
love
time.
story between two spies
Mhm.
in Nairobi
Yes. And maybe say like include lots of dialogue.
during
Like
the
flirty, include flirty dialogue.
colonial era, European colonialism era. There you go. Two spies, one narrator, a good amount of dialogue.
Dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Espionage of the heart. Scene 1. A bustling Nairobi street, 1910s. The camera pans over a busy marketplace, colorful stalls, and locals in traditional attire. The sounds of bartering fill the air. I was like, what is that word? All right. In the heart of colonial Nairobi, where secrets dance beneath the surface, two spies find themselves entangled in a web of intrigue and forbidden love. The camera zooms in on a tall, dapper man, Henry, in a sharp suit, scanning the crowd. A woman, Amara, in the modest yet elegant dress, watches from the shadows. Scene 2. A quiet alley. Henry walks into a dimly lit alley. Amara steps forward, her eyes glinting with mischief.
You're not as discreet as you think, Mr. Edwards.
And you are a ghost?
Just someone with a keen interest in your activities.
Scene 3. Tension and attraction. The air thickens with tension as they stand close, the sounds of the market fading.
You know, they say curiosity can kill the cat.
Then let's hope I'm more cunning than a feline.
Arr.
They lock eyes, a spark igniting between them. Scene 4. The rooftop meeting.
Heights.
Cut to the rooftop of a building overlooking Nairobi.
It's like,
They
hi,
meet
time out.
under the moonlight. Under the moonlight.
Leaning against a railing, all right. What's a spy like you doing in a place like this?
Playfully.
Keeping an eye on the competition. You're quite the enigma, Mr. Edwards.
Smirking.
And you? A dangerous woman who hides behind the shadows?
Scene 5. Confessions. Amara moves closer, her voice softening. Sincerely.
You're not just another target for me, you know. There's something different about you.
Hesitant.
And you? You make it difficult to focus on the mission.
They share a moment of vulnerability, whispering.
Perhaps we should abandon our missions for a moment.
Oh, I'm
Scene
rock
6.
hard.
A forbidden kiss. As they lean in, the tension builds, and they share a passionate kiss. The camera spins around them, capturing the intensity. In a world ruled by secrets and deceit,
Thank you.
love blossomed in the unlikeness of places. A love that could shatter their lives. Scene 7. The dilemma. Later in the cafe, they sit in a small table, the mood serious. Concerned.
They're on to us, Amara. We can't keep beating like this.
Determined.
We can't let fear dictate our hearts.
Frustrated.
This isn't about us anymore. What if they find out?
Scene 8, The Choice. Amara takes a deep breath, looking out the window. Calmly.
If we're caught, we face the consequences together. But if we don't act on this, we'll lose each other anyway.
Henry looks torn, emotions swirling. Softly.
I don't want to lose you.
Scene 9, The Mission. They stand at a train station, a plane in motion. They exchange knowing glances, whispering.
This is it. Once we start, there's no turning back.
Nodding,
Together then.
smiling.
Always.
They clasped hands, a silent promise amidst the chaos. Scene 10, Climax and Betrayal. Cut to a shadowy figure watching them from a distance, revealing a betrayal in their midst. Tension builds as alarms sound. But in a game of espionage, trust is a luxury they cannot afford. The camera follows Henry and Amar as they make their escape. Scene 11, the final confrontation. In a hidden safe, they confront their betrayal. Angry.
You.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. That one was pretty good.
Ooh. That was good.
Hold on.
The dialogue is good.
That was actually pretty good. I'm surprised at how good that was.
Yeah.
So we need to do GPT now. That's the answer.
Yeah, GPT
Yeah,
I think has
GPT
more
is where it's at.
You know, because they're just rip out of real books, right?
Yeah. That was pretty good. Yeah,
I like your
think
accent.
It worked out kind of okay.
Yeah.
Voice actor wise.
I'm rock hard, he says.
Yeah, in the middle of it. Dude, we got hot and heavy in the middle of that. Yeah, I think there's like because we don't have, sometimes it's like when we can't like act with our bodies, then we
Right.
have to read that. But then
Right.
when it's
Mhm.
like whispering and then we do, I don't know, maybe it's just like the best call of the narrator or whatever if we have to do that in the future. But
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Though. I mean,
That-
that model seems to work. That's funny.
Yeah.
I give that one like
it was a B.
can it get much better than that?
It can. I think it totally can. There is like
Yeah.
not much detail in this. I think we could ask the model for more detail of like,
Yeah.
you know, items, props, whatever. It's like a very loose description of like what's going on, and they're kind of
Mhm.
talking in code, which is the spy thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want a little
like
bit
it.
more detail, a little bit more setting, a little more intention.
Oh
But,
yeah, I forgot
yeah,
we were
this
in
good structure.
Nairobi during the European
Yeah,
colonialism era.
completely. Like the
Colonialism.
setting was like no, like, all right, we're just in an alley, then we're on
Yeah.
a rooftop.
They should have had us
Yeah.
meet like a Nairobian prince or something like that. That would have been helpful.
Right,
Yeah.
and then one of us has to do
The
that
inter-
accent.
In it.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Nope.
leave that one to Terry.
Why would Terry have a Nairobian accent?
Because it's the least offensive, to be honest. It would be the
I
least
respect
offensive.
the honesty. I respect the honesty.
Do you want me to do that? Would you like me to do that right now?
I respect
think-
it.
I think we
it.
AI voice it in. Like we
I
just
agree.
can't.
There it
we
is.
just can't.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you translate it on Google and let that take the
No,
fall.
I
That's
feel like
crazy.
I got an email from a Nairobian prince once. He's like, if you give me your social security number, I can give you $1 million.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
pay your
Maybe I'll
Massachusetts
email-
tolls. Follow this
Yeah.
link.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I keep getting those.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get those, Terry?
getting- Yeah, every day.
Dude, brutal.
I didn't
keep
get
getting
any
them
today,
too.
actually.
Actually, now you say that, I didn't either.
I got them all weekend.
Maybe they're cracking down on them. But it's like you have to pay your fast pass. I'm like, I've never driven in Massachusetts one time in my life.
It's so crazy.
And also for the people out there, if it says follow this link, don't look up fast pass on Google and then type in your license plate number because that's a better way to do it.
Mm,
Yeah, don't
mhm.
follow. Never click a link in a text.
Don't be getting
Unless it's like a
scammed.
Particle
Yeah.
invite, and that should be going
Unless
to
it's
app
a
only.
Nairobian prince who knew
Don't
all
get
the-
hacked. Don't get hacked out here.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't do it.
That'd be a real issue.
Well, unrelated.
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure today.
Been a blast.
Thank you all for
Follow us.
watching. Follow us. Like, comment,
Comment.
subscribe.
Hit the bell.
We'll see you guys next week.
Baby, you can waste my time, my guy. We can go there if you want it.
Oh, boy. Like,
Oh,
comment,
no.
subscribe.
Please like, comment, subscribe,
Like,
follow us on
subscribe.
socials.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Like,
Yeah.
comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yo,
Like,
smash
comment,
that fucking
subscribe.
bell.